Hey, I'm Michelle Capto, life coach for teachers. I want to talk to you today about time. Do you ever think about time? Think about the Monday before spring break. What does the Monday before spring break feel like? Because you're looking ahead and you have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you're finally on spring break. And when you're looking ahead at that week, what tends to happen is you're like, oh my gosh, this is so much time. Can I just be on my break already? So that time tends to drag on. That's because time expands and contracts according to our perspective. Let me explain. So if it's Monday, you still have 4 more days ahead of you: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What about the Monday of spring break? It's Monday, spring break, and you have ahead of you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 4 days. I would argue that instead of that time expanding like it did the week before spring break, where you're like, oh my gosh, is this ever going to be over? Is this just dragging on forever? It's actually, there goes my paper, it's actually going to contract because you're going to probably be having more fun, and you're going to, time flies when you're having fun, and you're going to not want it to end. And when we're trying to make sure something doesn't end, we're constantly thinking about the time, and I don't want it to rush by. What ends up happening is that it seems like it rushes by. So if time expands and contracts according to our perspective, or according to our opinion, oh, I have 4 days left in this week, that's horrible. Or versus, I only have 4 days left in my break, 4 days left in this week, oh, that's horrible. It's the same opinion, horrible, and horrible because you want it to be over, or horrible because you want it to last. But it changes your experience of it, whether it's dragging on or rushing by. So what do we do about this? Well, I would say be more present. Be more present in the moment. When you are present, you are there. And time seems to stand still. And you notice more things. And there is more peace in you, in your system, in your experience. And you're able to make better decisions, and you're able to use your time more wisely because you're going, what is important now? Because you're present in the now. Not what's happening next class period or next week. Not what happened yesterday, last night, this morning. What's important now? And I think it's really important for us to take that into our time with our students. Let's flip the script a little bit. Let's say you teach 7 class periods a day, you have your students for 50 minutes. Now I know some of you teach block classes, or maybe you teach elementary school and you have your students for the majority of the day. For these intents and purposes, let's say you teach your students for 50 minutes a day. You see each kid for that amount of time. That is 50 minutes of their day. So we just talked about your time, 50 minutes of your time, or just your life. How are you being present in your life? But what about their life? Are you taking your baggage in and bringing that into their time? They don't have control over whether or not they're in your classroom, right? They have to show up to your class every day. It's on their schedule. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do with this opportunity that is right in front of you? This opportunity to improve the world by improving that kid's world. You have the opportunity to do that. So I ask you this: what are you doing with your time? Do you know how much time you have? So many of us, I remember when I was in the classroom just hearing people, come in with their I hate Mondays coffee mugs, or at least that mentality. And then counting down the days until Friday, counting down the days until the weekend. Why do we do that? And well, I think we tend to do that because we're commiserating, and we're like, that's our way of connecting with others. I would argue that there are other ways to connect with people on a more positive wavelength, and maybe I can talk about that, teach on that at another time. But why do we count down our days? That's counting down our life. You're counting down your life when you count down until Friday or count down until the weekend. So there's 7 days in a week, and you spend 4 or 5 of them counting down, okay? And you do that for 36 weeks a year. That's a school year, plus your in-service time before school starts, and let's say some time over the summer. So let's round up to 40 weeks. Let's say you spend 40 weeks a year counting down till the weekend. 40 weeks out of 52. I don't know the exact percentage, but it's a high percentage of time. It's a high percentage of your life. And then you're going to do that for 30, 35 years? Whoa. Whoa. What if you don't get the chance to do it for 30 or 35 years? Or 36 weeks? Or 5 days? The truth is, we don't know how much time we have. So what are we going to do in the now, in the present moment? I encourage you to look inward and see the truth of your life and the time you have right now. And how are you choosing to spend it, to feel, to experience it? Are you going all in? Are you using this time to help yourself, to help others? Or are you numbing out? Are you avoiding, ignoring? You have the opportunity of a lifetime, truly. One life. Use it wisely. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, we need you.